Ja, Ruud, dankjewel. Daar zitten we dan in de pitstraat in Silverstone. En hij is er inderdaad. Mark Webber, a very nice welcome to you. Thanks that you could make some time for us. Like always, a bunch of questions. I'll make it easy for you.
Good, thanks.
I will say who they're from and where they live. Because, can you do this? Wiegen?
Unbelievable.
Give it a try. Wiegen.
Haven't got it. Wiegen.
Ah, not bad. Not bad. All right. Eerste vraag komt van Mark Puck. And he lives in Wiegen. There you go.
He said, first of all, hello everybody.
Good.
He said, hi Mark, just a short note from one Australian to another. My question is, what was the pressure like on you when you debuted in Australia? And what is my favourite circuit at the moment? So.
And then he goes, what is this? Good on ya, mate? What is
Good
that?
on you, mate.
Good on you, mate.
That means, well done. Keep
right.
going.
Good on you, mate.
So, no, the pressure on me was quite high in Australia.
Yeah.
I wanted to get a good result for sure in Australia, but we didn't really expect a great deal, because it was the first race for our guys there as well. So, the pressure I felt okay. And my favourite circuit at the moment is Spa. I love Spa. So, yeah.
Was it also a dream come true? Because, you've been to Benetton, you walked in the paddock, we've seen each other over a couple of years here. And then finally you won under 22.
Yeah, very, very special. I won't forget it. Yeah.
Good. Next question komt van Marcel van der Hout. Marcel lives in Kuik. You know Kuik?
No.
Which is down to... nobody wants to live in Kuik, but Marcel wants to live there. And his question is, Formula 1 is popular in Australia. What was your Australian race idol when you were young? Did you have one? Did you have an idol?
Not really in Australia, no. I loved watching Alain Prost race.
Mm-hmm.
So Alain Prost was really the guy I looked up to in motor racing. Yeah, so Alain Prost.
Right, not Alan Jones. Met him? Talked to him?
Yes, I know him. I've spoken to him, but he was when he was world champion, I was 4.
Okay. Well, you didn't watch TV.
There
wasn't any Grand Prix in Australia on TV when you were 4. Next time, simple back name this one is. Arjan de Kaluwe lives in Wieringerwerf, somewhere in the north of Holland. He goes back to 97 with you.
Yeah, he talks about when I drove for Alan Docking in 97, which is literally just over the back of that grandstand there, Alan's workshop. Great guy. And now I drive for Paul Stoddard. Do Aussies help each other in motor racing, or do we have to be more selfish to succeed in motor racing?
Because Docking was an Australian as well.
Yes, Alan and Paul are both Australians. It was great to drive for Alan, really good guy. The same as Paul, very down to earth, normal guy. It's the Australian way, I think. Very straightforward, not complicated. But also, to touch on the last part of the question, you also need to be a little bit selfish to make sure you get what you want, because this is a very difficult industry. So sometimes if I have to drive for an Italian team, if it has to be Ferrari one day, then it's okay for me.
I can imagine.
If Paul is not the boss, I can still drive there.
I can imagine. But Aussies are laid back. Why? It's just like...
Yeah, people in Australia, they don't like you if you are too serious or
you're too German.
Yeah. I didn't say that, but it's a relaxed lifestyle in Australia.
Be yourself. That's good enough.
Yeah, and tell it as it is,
All right.
as it happens.
That's very important here as well. Next guy we go to is Richard Braken. He lives in Maastricht, which is close to Spa-Francorchamps.
I've heard that, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, with 3 Y's. Hey, Mark. Who's your favorite driver of all time? Well, in the way you said it. What do you think about your future in F1? Favorite all-time driver was Prost. Let's keep it with that.
Yes.
What's your future? A lot of rumours going on, a lot of things going on. You've driven the Jag the other day.
A lot of rumours, but at the moment, okay, I'm not going to say it's too early, because it's not too early, because things are starting to bubble away, but there's a lot of things that still can happen. The driver market is potentially quite unstable for next year.
Correct.
Or it could be still quite stable. I'm not sure how it's going to go, but...
a couple of guys hold the key.
Yes, and I'm happy with how things are gone this year.
Yeah.
The team's done a good job.
Absolutely. I agree. I absolutely agree.
So the future is okay.
How did that feel to step into a different car? Was it different all the way, or was it not too different? Sometimes you out-qualify them, so...
Yeah, the car was not a great deal different in many areas.
Be Australian, let's say it as it is.
Yeah, I've got to be careful. You've got to draw the line somewhere. So, it was enjoyable to work with some new people,
Yeah,
you know. But this is my team this year, and that's how it is.
Very well. A lot of Italian boys here, by the way. We go to your number 3 question, which comes from a girl. Her name is Suzette Bakelaar. She lives in Vlaarding. I'll explain that. It's also the question of the week. De vraag van de week. Dat betekent, Suzette, dat jij vanaf nu Race Report elke donderdag na de Grand Prix op je deurmat kunt ontvangen. Veel plezier ermee. That was Dutch, you know. I spoke Dutch for a sec.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, just a wee bit. Her question is, again, hiya.
Hiya,
That's
mate.
all Australian
it's
slang.
very good slang. How did Formula One change my life? And are there any negative sides to your life now you're in Formula One, besides the media, or the paparazzi she has in brackets? And I don't mean me, of course, yes.
Yeah.
The downside for Formula One is the travel.
Yeah?
The traveling is... I'm not a guy who enjoys... I don't mind flying. It's not a problem. But the hotels, the luggage, bum, 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 bum. This is the only negative side of Formula One. The rest of it's very, very good. We go to some nice places, but yeah.
Where do you stay when you're in Europe? What's your...
I live here in England.
All right.
Yeah. So I like to be able to pick the newspaper up and read the paper.
True.
I love certain parts of Europe as well, but...
People recognize you on the streets?
Not really. In a few places, yeah, but not like Australia.
If you put your helmet on, they'll probably go like, hey, I know that guy.
If I walk around in my suit and helmet, there's going to be a lot of people looking at me, but probably not for the right reason.
Okay.
And Formula One, how did it change my life? Just busier. I hope to be the same guy.
Good, very well. Bas Harmsen lives in Dordrecht. He says you drove in 3 different Formula One cars, the Benetton, the Minardi and the Jag. What are the biggest differences between them all?
Can't answer that question.
Incomparable? Total different, separate things?
We could be here all night if you wanted me to answer that question.
Oh, we've got some time, huh?
No.
No.
It's...
Are they all built from a different vision?
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what amazes me, is that, you know...
You have a set of rules, but they're all different.
Yep. And, okay, the lap times are different, but we're only talking, you know, a couple of seconds, which is a lot in Formula One, but the feeling is not... You know, when I drove the Benetton a couple of weeks before the Suzuka race, and Fisichella was 6th on the grid, and then I drove the Minardi, which was not as competitive as the Benetton in Suzuka. And, yeah... It's not a huge difference, but it doesn't take much. But
it's what, 2.4 to 1.8 seconds every now. Do they take a long time to explain you what's all in the cockpit? Because
they weren't too keen to show me everything in the car.
Okay.
So
can imagine.
And with the data and everything, I did not get to see everything. But,
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
fair enough.
It's the middle of the year.
All right,
it's quite difficult.
Yeah, we go to Pieter van Nes, Spijkenisse, dead center near Rotterdam.
Yeah.
A racing fan, he says.
Yeah. I hope you don't have any nerves sitting next to the greatest Formula One supporter in the world.
Biggest, probably.
The biggest as well? I don't know. The smallest glasses.
Yeah.
It's very popular.
We're not going to talk about other things here, are we?
No. It's very popular.
Size doesn't matter.
Holland. Yeah, okay, yeah. Size doesn't matter. I have to be careful. Anyway, the question is, Paul Stoddart is in television a lot. He's a great team boss with a real heart and soul. He's a great guy. How is my relationship with him? I agree with all of that. Very, very good guy. Works with the team very, very well. Sometimes he's a little bit crazy, but we all know that can happen. Really, really good guy and loves Formula One. And my relationship is very, very good with him. Yeah.
What surprises me is, with all the work he does, he still has a piece in his mind, or he still has the place in his head to fly a Boeing.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
It is. He's a knowledgeable guy, very knowledgeable, and to fly planes for him, it's not a big issue. But for you and me to fly Boeing, it's quite nerve-wracking.
I would love to give it a try, you know. Put one there and say, all right, take it away.
Difficult.
Do your best. All right, next one. One but last. We go to Rick Manten in Maarsen. And he says, had the flip in Le Mans you made in the Mercedes any influence on your driving style? Would you drive Le Mans again if they would ask you? That was in the Mercedes.
Yeah.
On the backstretch. And
you don't have to remind me about that.
No, he did. I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
Yes.
It's him. It's Rick.
Yeah. Rick, tough day at the office, I have to say. It didn't really change my driving style. You know, I've never driven a sports car since that day, and I'm not really that keen to go back, especially that type of sports car. We've seen a lot of cars flipping in this regulation, you know, Audis and BMWs, and a lot of problems with this type of car at this type of speed. So no, I don't want to go to Le Mans in this type of car.
Yeah. What happens with you if you get out of the car? Are you angry? Are you scared? Are you
angry? Yeah,
shaky?
Very angry.
Very angry.
Yeah.
So you go to Norbert Hauge and say, "Hey, you."
I was not happy for sure.
No, I can imagine. It was the second
it's
time.
not normal. Yeah, they're not normal accidents. They're very, very big accidents. So the sensation is exactly the same for the airplane, but you know you're alone and you're in a racing car, so it's not very good.
And then you're lying down there and you hear the in the water and the field.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's Le Mans.
We've had it.
Yep.
Yeah, we've had it. No more.
Maybe I'll drive there again one day, but I don't know.
You never know. Okay, final question. Final question will be Sander Bijl, Alkmaar. He's a fan.
Yeah, he is. He said he wants to congratulate me on my performance so far this year. He said that initially he didn't really like me as a guy, so that was good that he was so honest about that. And but now I've convinced him, and he thinks that I've convinced a lot of other people that
good for you.
I'm doing okay. This is nice. Thank you. Do you think that you could have done even more spectacular things this year? Have you had an experienced teammate or driver?
Someone who really pushes you. Do you go quicker if you get pushed?
Maybe a little bit. Yeah. Maybe there was a few tenths here and there if I had someone with maybe more experience. Jos the boss or somebody, you never know. Anybody.
You driven with Christian Albers as well?
Yeah, and sometimes Christian drove well. So it helps you because, you know, as a driver you drive a lap, but I guarantee you there is some places where Rubens is quicker than Michael. He's quicker in some corners, and Michael can learn off Rubens. It happens. So this
probably
is
some small places where you're quicker than Michael as well, because you have to brake later to get into a quick
Well,
lap.
yeah, and I remember driving here in Formula 3 at Silverstone, and I was nearly 2.2 seconds quicker than my teammate, who, you know, he was not a quick driver, but he was quicker than me in the slow left, you know.
And then you got to have a look. How does he do that?
How does he do this? Yeah, because I was going a little bit too hard in, and so. But overall, he was quicker in this corner. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. Thanks for your time. I'm going to start rattling again in Dutch for a very short period.
No, I understand you anyway. It's no problem.
We're going to try. Oké, dat was hem dan weer. Hou het in de gaten. De volgende keer zit in de pitspost deze man. David Coulthard. Als je vragen hebt voor DC, surf naar www.rtlgrandprix.nl. Ga daar naar de button van Pitspost. Stel je vragen. Thanks very much for your time. We enjoy having you here.
No problem.
We enjoy looking forward to see what you can do on the track. Hope for a bit of rain.
Always enjoy talking to you guys, and hello to all the guys back there.
That's it.
That's it. He doesn't want to take the attention away, you know. Yeah.
Thanks.